Should we go? Are you ready? Hello and welcome back. No, I said welcome back. Should I say that?
No, just start again.
Oh. I'm eating the chocolate. Hello and welcome to Why is Harriet Crying?
You close the door.
No. See, you ruined it. Hello and welcome to Why is Harriet Crying? Our guest today is my cat,
Hello.
Iola. She's sat on the chair, on the guest chair.
What is her name?
Iola? What do you think her name is?
That's not how you spell her name.
What do you mean?
Iola.
she's rubbing her head quite repeatedly on the chair. If you watch on our YouTube channel, you can see this, but if not, it's probably not very exciting.
How do you spell her name? How do you spell her?
Iola. Iola.
Oh, I thought it was something else.
Well, we call her Isla.
Right. Well, what?
So
How am I supposed to deal with that?
We call her Isla.
Well, so what's her name?
Iola.
So what's Isla?
It's just a shorter version of Iola.
Why do you just call her Isla?
Well, because she was born Iola, like that was her birth name. But Iola is quite a mouthful. So because it's got like 3 syllables.
Yeah.
Like maybe your first name was, you were originally called Sinoil.
Well, my first name is Sunil Kumar.
See, you're exactly the same.
Yeah, but Isla
You
is
did
not
the same
short
thing.
for Iola.
Yeah, Iola.
Where did you get the name Iola from?
She named herself, we've said this before, she
Oh,
went
she
through the
put-
name book, she pointed the name Iola. She named herself Iola.
And you then
She's
named
now
her
licking
Isla.
herself. Well, we just abbreviated it.
But Isla isn't short for Iola. Isla is just another
How
name.
do you know what is short for Iola?
It's
How
nothing-
many Iolas do you know?
Io.
What?
That's short for Iola.
That's still a mouthful.
Well, an Isla, there's still 2 syllables.
Yeah, but I-O feels like more, like there's more happening. Isla, it's easy. God, why do you have to question everything? It's just a cat. Are you just going on your phone now?
I'm putting it on airplane mode. It was on...
The cat is just...
Is she gone?
No, she's just like, just having a nice
Bad
time,
idea.
just sat on the chair.
So do you cry much?
When?
No, the cat.
The cat?
Yeah.
What? Does the cat cry?
She's our guest.
She cried the whole way. Are you interviewing her?
Yeah.
She cried the whole way back to Kent. We brought her back to Kent for Christmas. She cried the whole way.
She got an itchy head.
Meow. I think she's like very into that chair right now. She's rubbing.
It's quite a violent scratch she's doing on there. A bit worried about her.
Her head repeatedly. Oh dear. I don't really know what's happening. Can you see this on the video?
Not when she's down there.
No, she's just going to sleep on the chair now. Yeah, she's really I don't really know.
Well, she's not our guest today.
She's not the guest. We've got another
She
guest
can-
coming.
We should get her on one day, though.
We should. It's the door. Was that Anne? Hello? Annie's
Oh my
here.
God, Annie.
You're
Jesus
already
Christ.
Come in, Annie.
Where's my phone?
We're back. Annie's here.
Hello.
Hello. We just were having a very interesting conversation about wet nurses. I'm not quite sure how it got to that topic, but
think we
Sunil
have
has a
a
very
lot of-
strong opinion about it.
I think we have
You
a lot
seem
of
to
young
know a lot
listeners.
about wet nursing,
I don't
so
know.
you just wanted to share
I
what you
don't know
know.
anything about women's stuff.
Have
You
you
just
been a
said
wet
very
nurse
confidently.
Have I done this before?
Have you been on a
Have you ever been on a podcast?
Have you been a wet nurse?
Yes. Men can.
No, none of the information you're saying very confidently is true.
I think if you have to have had a baby, then men probably can't be wet
No.
nurses.
But you believe that any woman could be a wet nurse. Is
What
it from childhood or
From Twitter.
elderly? Oh, that's where
No.
you learned that.
What a minefield.
Yeah.
What an absolute minefield.
Yeah, well.
I'm sorry I was wrong. I can't even look at either.
Well,
of you in the eye.
we don't know. I could be wrong. Any woman
No, I
could
think
be
you're
a
right. You're
wet
right.
nurse. I just
Google it. You've got everything there.
fine.
You got Google there.
I don't know if you've...
Maybe use
Quite a flash
DuckDuckGo.
podcast.
I try not to use Google because there's one that plants a tree if you use it. My dad keeps telling me about.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but then it's not actually, you get so used
But
to
also,
Google.
who's sort of checking that? Are they planting a tree?
Yeah, I know.
Who
it's-
watches
but
the
then-
Watchmen?
But then
That's
what's
the-
Google doing? They're just doing worse things, aren't
They're
they?
cutting down a tree every
Yeah,
time.
they're literally doing the opposite.
Yeah. You got your phone there just so you can sort of text while we're...
Yeah, just got the whole thing here
She
really,
always
so I
does
can
that.
just...
She always
A,
does that.
a woman employed to suckle another woman's child.
Yeah.
Um,
Maybe I was
yeah,
right.
see, look, no. Often a wet nurse would be breastfeeding her own baby at the same time as breastfeeding the other baby whose mother may or may not have died. A lot of mothers, upper class, were instructed to bind their breasts so that milk would dry up. They had the milk, but they were not allowed to feed their babies.
Why not?
What is a wet nurse salary?
Yeah.
You know, if you're thinking about
15
going into
grand a
this,
year, I reckon.
I was going to get... Okay, I'll go 12 grand. But probably if men did it, it would be 15.
$1,000 a week.
Oh my God, I'm going to do that.
$52,000 a year.
What's that in pounds?
Do mothers get
800
turned
quid a
on
week.
by breastfeeding? That's another question.
But then you couldn't do it for the whole year, could you?
No,
It's
not
not
unless
like
you
a
kept having
salary.
babies.
Yeah, which you couldn't do every...
You could have 2 babies in a year.
You could have 2 babies in a year.
I could have 2 babies in a year. I can do what I want. What's the most number of babies you
Quora,
could
there's a
have in a
question
year?
there. You
One.
can't have more
One.
than...
No, because if you... What's the
9
most
months.
number of
Oh,
babies
how
a woman has
early
had
can
in
you
one
be?
go?
2.
No.
Who's that?
No, because what's the most number of babies a woman has had in one go? Octuplets. or
Sorry,
something.
what are you talking about?
Oh, I see. So
like
you could have
twins.
six.
Okay,
Yeah,
well
yeah.
done.
Oh.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Traditionally, a
Oh.
wet nurse was someone who already did have a baby or had nursed babies before. It doesn't say it's not impossible, though, but I really believe you can't just suddenly turn it on. Like,
Welcome to the podcast,
Should we
by
both
the
try?
way.
Oh yeah, we're being filmed.
really vivid pictures.
Yeah, is that right?
Yeah, I'll just look that way.
Well, please write in of your own wet nursing experiences, or if you should know.
I don't know who our listenership is.
Maybe
Please
we've
make
got some wet
yourself known.
nurses.
Just
listening.
exclusively wet.
Yes.
Finally, they're talking about something relevant to us.
So we haven't really introduced you. We just really
No.
we went really deep into the topic of wet nursing.
Yeah.
It's Annie McGrath's here.
Oh, he's met me. You don't need to.
I know. I don't know
No,
what
I
I'm
know.
telling
Just
you.
look at me, look at
I
the
was kind
camera.
of well, when
Hello.
Sunil took over and he was kind of hosting, and then it became very awkward and everyone was looking out. So I'm trying to make it more a conversation.
Oh, so I shouldn't look at the camera.
You can look at the camera, but we're just trying to make it more natural. But Sunil set a weird tone,
not
so we're
the
trying
whole
to
thing down the lens
yeah,
like that.
exactly.
Straight down the
Well,
lens.
not many people watch it on YouTube, so there'll be very few people that will understand what you're doing right there.
Right.
Everyone else will be listening, but Annie just looked into the camera. It's very difficult. The two mediums.
I think just have
just
fun.
act natural.
Just enjoy
just try to
yourself.
act. Just enjoy myself. Okay. Oh God, I don't know if I
It's
could
hard,
do that.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, time's ticking on though.
You've got a musical to watch. What is the
No,
musical you're going to see?
6.
Oh yeah, you told me about this last night.
You didn't like the sound of it at all.
Well, I can't remember the premise. It was about
It's
3
about-
o'clock in the morning. We were having
Yeah,
this conversation
yeah,
at
it's
a
about-
rave.
Oh my God, this is so unfair.
Yeah, we went raving.
Sorry, we were at a rave. Where were you? Oh, you couldn't get in because your husband didn't have ID.
This is so unfair. Were you still there at 3 a.m. drinking?
What?
This is
Yeah, I think so.
fucking
Yeah.
bullshit, Sunil. You only drink. I bet you were waiting to see if I got in, and when I didn't get in, you started drinking.
No, I was drinking.
No, he
before
was
that.
celebrating you not getting in.
What time did you go?
About 3:30.
No, arrive.
Oh, about
Well,
10.
no, you said go. You knew what I meant. The opposite.
What time did you arrive?
I arrived. I had another 30th to go to first, so I think I arrived about 11:30
This
p.m.
is so
Okay.
unfair. I could have had such
When
a nice
did you
time.
arrive and then leave?
Around I did a gig and then I got. Why are you laughing?
It's just funny.
And then, well, we arrived, but then Bobby lost his debit card in the
Oh.
taxi. So then we had to chase down the taxi.
He didn't tell that part of the story.
No, we
No.
didn't. No, and then I had to get in, and then I managed to find it with my phone, and the taxi driver was very friendly, and I thought Bobby was rubbing me on the back, but it was him, and he was going.
Oh my God.
He said, "You're a good lady," and then apparently when I wasn't there, he told Bobby he should hang on to me. And treat me with respect.
Because you've got his debit card.
Because I can find debit cards.
Yeah.
Anyway, then we went to the wrong place. Then we eventually found it, and Bobby wasn't allowed in.
But you did the kind thing of
I know.
going home with
I
him.
know.
instead of
I don't
going to
really
the
know
rave.
why I do. I should have just gone in probably. But sorry,
Are
that
you
was really
annoyed because
loud.
Sunil doesn't drink with you? He only
Yeah, he won't drink
Oh,
with
right.
me.
But I'm only
That's-
drinking in January now.
Yeah, I'm drinking a lot more in January than the other ones.
drank-
What about this bottle of Prosecco? Is this to sort of
This is
taunt?
This is a tablescape actually. We
Oh,
always decorate the
sorry.
table.
Mm.
Yeah, so
It looks
it's
beautiful.
for- it's just
I
for
didn't know it was a tablescape.
for-
I've been eating the Lindor.
well, yeah, you're
No,
eating our
do eat it.
tablescape actually.
H for Harriet.
Yeah, my sister got me that. It's a dinosaur wearing a tutu.
Yeah.
These are Bobby's
Yes, it
sunglasses
is.
that he got.
Oh, nice.
Anyway, talking of musicals, I wish I'd seen the time that you both did a musical together.
Oh my god.
It's available on film. Someone's filmed it.
I've
haven't
got a
Yeah.
copy, yeah.
they? You've
I
got
think
it.
I sent it to you,
Yeah.
didn't I?
Yeah. What? Yeah. Fine.
It was the best night of my life.
It was exhilarating.
What did we perform? It's a Hard Knock Life from Annie, the musical.
And then we also had In the Locker, which we didn't do. I'd Do Anything from Oliver, isn't it?
Yeah.
Wow.
It was fun working with you, given that you've never seen any musicals ever. So every song I suggested, which was a classic, you were like, I have no idea what Oliver is.
Well, maybe it's because like you have Annie the musical named after you, but there's no Sunil the musical.
Yeah. Yet.
It's time for me to get to work.
What would your musical be about, do you think?
My arc, my life.
What is your arc, though? Yeah.
I don't know.
Is it a bit like
we
Noah's
haven't
Ark?
reached the redemptive bit yet, have we?
Yeah.
Hero's journey, that kind of vibe, you know?
What's the sort of jeopardy? That you smoke?
Yes. Will he stop? Won't he stop?
Trying to avoid.
Will he do hypnotherapy? Don't know. I don't know. It's something to work on, isn't it? I mean, it's not a very interesting story at the moment.
Well, because you don't move very much. You're quite slow moving, so to watch it would be very slow.
Mesmerising.
It would be
mesmerising,
the opposite of a musical, which is very generally quite high energy.
Oh, is it?
And fun.
Yeah.
You are the opposite of that.
Well, we're going to do a musical about the dead wives of Henry VIII. I don't know if that's going to
Yes,
sound
but
good.
I think it's like a feminist uprising.
Yeah?
So do they behead him?
No.
Oh, I don't know what happens.
6 times they kill him in different ways.
Yeah, I don't know.
Where is it on?
The Arts
Yeah,
Theatre.
very near to Leicester Square Station, because I think we're
nice.
going to go to the Pret a Manger on the way.
Wow.
So
Dream
really
big.
big. Yeah, so that's what you're missing out on, Annie. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely not going to go. Pret's more of a lunchtime place.
I
for
know.
me,
I want to go to Itsu, but I don't know of any near there.
How long will the musical be?
Well,
Near
think
Leicester
I
Square?
think it might be quite short
It's
because it was
definitely
on
in
in Edinburgh, but it's also on Broadway.
You could go to Chinatown to celebrate Chinese New Year.
Yeah, but not
Is
with
that
her
today?
dietary requirements.
I can go
You're
wherever
allergic
I
to
want.
everything, is that right?
I can go wherever I want.
And vegan.
And vegan. Ah, yeah.
I can go wherever I want.
You just can't eat.
Just keep
just
saying
can't
it.
eat,
Yeah,
yeah.
I just can't
You
eat.
I can
say
walk
that.
into any
Yeah, I
restaurant.
can go wherever I like. If I, anyway, how? Oh no, so I won't look this up right now. But actually, I am. How long is 6 musicals?
Doing it.
I'm already
She's
doing
absolutely
it.
doing it.
75 minutes running time.
Break,
Oh, I
interval?
don't think there is. Is there an interval? It says
Unnecessary at 75, isn't it?
1 hour 15. No interval.
I'd still like an
Fucking
interval.
great.
Well, 1 hour 15 musical.
Yeah,
you want
45 minutes
You want
break.
an interval.
45 minutes.
58 minutes and then the
Yeah.
final 17. No,
Oh,
great.
that's lovely. Less than an
Lovely.
hour and a half. I'm tempted now, just because it's so short.
Yeah, I go home and watch. Really into the Cheer on Netflix.
Oh, I might just go out and have a few drinks.
Fine, do that. Sorry, that was really loud,
That was
but yeah, that was really loud. I
Very
surprised
aggressive.
myself. Yeah, and that was too aggressive.
Thanks
Are
for
you?
coming on, Annie.
Oh, thanks for having me. Have we started yet? I'm a bit confused.
It's very much happening
It's
now.
a confusing format. There's not really kind of. What would you say the format is?
You've got it written down.
I know
Yeah,
this is
so
just
what
the running
happens is-
time of
Yeah.
This
Six
is
the
how we
musical.
prepare for the podcast. I turn up.
Oh, you've prepared?
I turn up. We potter about for a bit, just
Eat some
circling around
chocolates.
each other here.
Yeah.
And then she goes, "Well, what are we going to talk about?" And writes down
Oh,
a
I
list
think
of,
I
like,
interrupted because I arrived 15 minutes early.
No, we were
No, we were
actually
just recording
recording
the
then. It
intro.
didn't seem like we were because it
Oh.
was we were arguing over my cat's name.
Yeah,
But
that's,
then you
Oh,
walked through
I
the door,
see.
so that was we were doing the introduction, so that
Okay.
you didn't have to sit through it because we have done the introduction while the guest has been sat in the corner, and it's
Yeah,
not
it's
very
awkward,
fun
isn't
for
it?
them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's our podcast.
so what's on the agenda?
Nothing really, just a chat with Annie.
Okay.
We've kind of
Great.
covered everything.
I'm
Go.
free.
Yeah. So Annie, have you got anything to say about yourself?
Well, you said to think about a time that I've cried.
Yeah.
Is
Well,
that
that's
right?
kind of the idea, but not like some people we accidentally, and then it goes really bleak.
Okay,
Not
well, I'm trying.
something
I
bleak.
nearly cried today
Okay.
Yes.
on my podcast.
Oh my! Oh, you're using this as a chance to advertise your own
Oh,
podcast.
whoops.
That's what you're here for. That's what
Is
you're here
that?
for.
Oh, that's why people go on
Yeah, yeah.
podcasts. isn't
Yeah.
it? But I have another thing that we can fall back on. if
Let's
this
hear
is
them
too
both.
boring. I recorded a podcast which is called Secret Artists.
Who's been on it? Me? Have you?
You've been on it. No,
Sunil's
not
not
yet.
been invited.
Not yet.
No,
Actually,
not invited.
I was tapped up to
No.
be on it last
Yeah.
night, actually.
No.
Oh yeah.
I've got strong opinions on art.
I do as well, actually. What are yours?
Harriet doesn't like paintings with boats in. Or God. Or what was the other thing?
Any
Landscapes.
landscapes, because you could just look out a window.
Why do you
Yeah.
like paintings of God?
It's not like I can't really remember, but it's.
I can't really remember my opinion.
Yeah.
The Jesus ones are very gory,
Yeah.
and they're very boring.
Yeah.
It's the same thing over and over. Like, I get it. I read the book. You know what I mean? Like it's.
You read the book, have you?
Yeah. I read the book. I've heard the stories.
Which
I
book?
don't.
Which book?
You know that big one, the Bible.
All of it? You've read all of it?
Yes.
No. That's
Yes.
not true.
No,
Yes.
no one's read it all.
Yeah, you haven't read it all.
Elliot
You read
has.
the Spark Notes.
Elliot. Oh, yeah, Elliot actually has.
He's nearly there.
But not the Old Testament. Oh, you've done both?
We're on the new now. I just started.
Okay.
The old is better, isn't it?
bit more fire.
I think so. Sean likes the new better, Alec, than the old better.
Right.
It's another podcast.
Oh,
Elliot
God.
and Sean read the Bible.
Is anyone not doing a podcast?
Me, currently.
What are your opinions on art?
Well, I just spouted some last night. It's about interesting theories that I've read about.
Well, save that for my podcast.
Okay,
I'll
right,
tell
fine,
you about
fine,
why
fine.
I nearly cried.
Okay, go on.
You can't say
Thank
that
you for taking
interesting
control
if you
of the
don't.
podcast.
Yeah.
I think what you need is a host.
We finally found a host 3 years later.
So I got Dan Cook, who's a very funny comedian on the
Yes.
podcast, and I thought, oh, he'll be really nice and friendly.
And he made you cry?
He nearly made me cry because at the end we paint whilst we chat, and then
Right.
at the end we review each other's work. And generally, because I think people are a bit timid about their own work,
Yeah.
and because it's my podcast, they generally mark me quite high.
Oh, you mark each other's work.
We
at
mark
the end
each
of it?
other's work, and I'm always like, "Oh, don't feel you have to mark me high because it's
like
my
out
podcast."
of 10 or something?
It's out of 10,
And then
yeah.
it's got-
Commitment,
okay.
technique, and then an
Yeah, yeah.
overall grade. And then I didn't even say that to him, and he basically gave me 2 out of 10 for one of them, and then 3 out of 10 for the other. And
Wow.
I'm a bit
commitment and
hungover.
technique.
And I felt so vulnerable. And he was shouting at how bad the head was. And I was so
We
sad.
need to see this piece of art.
Yes.
Yeah, it's
I can
a
imagine
painting
it,
of
but-
Mr. T.
Okay. Okay.
Well, a model of... It's not as bad as it sounds. So this is the model that we looked at.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Really good for the listener.
There you go.
I'll send you the JPEG, Elliot. Then this was my picture. I just fucked up the head a bit, but it's not 2 out of 10.
No, it's not.
Absolutely
No.
not 2 out of 10. You've
What have
got
you done with
feet
the
there.
head?
That's
though?
his.
It's just a blob.
I
His is
think
similar though.
he's seeing this a bit too like come dine with me. He's trying to like mark
Oh,
you
yeah,
down. I think
maybe.
thinking that it's going to get him better points.
But you know when you're like, I can tell this conversation is funny, but
but you're not
think I'm going to
gonna
burst into
Yeah,
tears.
yeah. Did
I
you,
wish
though?
you had.
Not quite.
Did he notice that you were upset
I think so.
and stop or keep
I
going?
said I'm not going to plug anything that he's doing or mention his Twitter.
But I because I wouldn't think you were that emotional. I like that.
I think I cry quite a lot when I'm like hungry or like
Hungover.
or I worry that I'm not going to get enough sleep. That's a big one.
Yes,
Like
I have that as well.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I'm not going to get 8 hours sleep, and then you get worked up, and you're like, anything that's going to prevent you from sleeping is
Yeah.
so terrible.
Really?
Yeah, the thought
Why
of
the
it, that's
sleep
so
thing?
interesting because I have that and I've never really thought about it. But like a long flight or like going somewhere where you don't have anywhere that's like private that you can sleep or like...
What?
Or just
Yeah.
like faffing around and being up too late, and then you're like, I've got to get up early, and
It's
I'm gonna
fine.
cry.
Well, you just get up early and then you'll be tired. It's fine.
Yeah, but
Yeah, there's
That-
people like you that don't understand
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
how
understand the sleep
important
thing.
sleep
yeah,
is.
you don't
Sleep
understand.
is important. Sleep is very important.
He
You
chooses
do.
that moment to look at the camera.
Sleep. It's
Who are
actually
you?
important.
Who are you
Um,
telling?
Everyone. Elliot. I thought Elliot was silently judging me. Yeah.
I think maybe this is a massive generalization, but more of a male thing to not
Really?
think about the value of sleep.
Men, I would say, don't think about future you as much as... So I worry very much about me and the
Is
future.
that a reference to my Nationwide advert
No?
where I talk about future me?
Oh, that's a good point, actually.
Have you just come on here to plug your Nationwide
Please
advert?
continue watching the advert.
And
Well, but
yeah,
I don't
like,
think
I
that's-
don't think you
it's a
think
male or
about
female
no,
thing.
because otherwise a lot of your behaviour you wouldn't do if you thought for a moment about you in the future.
Nor would you.
I just can't function very well when I'm
Thank you.
tired.
Yeah,
Thank
me
you for-
neither.
Sorry,
yeah.
shall I take control?
Thank you for bringing it back to what we should be talking about.
But yeah, most recently nearly cried today.
Aw.
Just going back to the sleep. 8 hours isn't the right figure though, apparently, because it should be in 90-minute cycles. So 7.5 is like perfect.
Really?
Yeah, because if you get woken up in the middle of a cycle, you're incredibly groggy. So ideally, you wake up at the end of a 90-minute cycle.
Oh yeah, and you can get those alarms that wake you up when you're in sort of
Sunrise
light.
one. Yeah, I've got one. Yeah,
sleep.
it's great. It sort of the light comes on slowly and brings you out slowly out of
Yeah,
deep sleep.
I've got one of
Yeah.
those.
Yeah. It's
Sad
good.
lamp.
Yes.
I've got a sad lamp over there.
Where is it?
Just that little thing. It looks like an iPad, but
Oh,
it's
yeah.
a sad lamp.
Does it work? Do you think?
I don't know. I just blast my face in the morning.
blast.
Blast it.
It's really strong with the sad lamp
Oh, right.
in the morning. Yeah. Do you think all this tech stuff though, that like you are using it like and actually, because I was reading an article and then there was this guy who's like teched everything. I don't know what the phrase is, where they like hacked.
Yeah.
They like biohack like their whole life
yeah.
and everything is done. And then he was like, but I think the truth is most people are just really unhappy, and does it even really matter in the end?
Oh, that's a positive outlook.
Do you think that's what you're doing?
I think yeah.
You're hiding behind all your
I
technology.
think everyone's hiding behind something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ever since you know, the disappearance of God from Western
Wow.
society, I think we've all
When
been
was
looking for
that?
something. 70s? The 70s? Don't know. 60s actually.
When did EastEnders start?
After the 70s. I think
Okay,
it
so it
started
wasn't.
in the 80s.
It wasn't that.
What's the...
You think
what's
it was
the
I don't
EastEnders?
know.
Do you think God's come back as dirty dirt?
Yeah, exactly. I don't think what happened in the 70s. They got rid of God.
No, I don't
But-
know when it was exactly.
Yeah.
But the whole like the people
60s, the like revolution.
I think it was that.
love
It's
and-
just like-
yeah.
But like the fact that people are always searching for some sort of meaning, whether it's
Yeah.
through like politics or whether it's like you know, wanting to save the world in some way or change the world in some way, it's kind of a search for something to fill the hole.
Yeah.
This
That's
is not what we
makes the
normally do
whole.
on this
I know.
podcast.
Annie's made us go really
This
deep.
is quite
actually.
serious. This is more serious than I thought it would be.
We usually have
but
a bit of serious.
Yeah,
Yeah, oh,
well,
right,
it's actually a very intellectual podcast,
Oh,
Annie.
sorry. Yeah.
But that makes me really sad.
What?
Thinking about that stuff. I'll do anything to not think about that hole.
Death.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I bought
Yeah.
you a soda stream, that should fill the hole. Briefly.
Sunil bought me a soda stream.
That's so
It's
nice.
so nice, but the
Thank
it's actually not that nice.
What do you have? Do you just have like plain soda?
Because the
Fucking
problem
banging
is,
on about it. for
I've
3
been going on
months.
about it more than that for a year.
Okay.
I've been asking Sunil to buy me a soda stream for a year, and then
Yeah.
like sending him messages and being like, "Look at this soda stream, is that nice?" And like,
yeah.
but then now he's bought it for me. I feel incredibly guilty and like bad.
Well,
Like
this
you've
is the
sort of
thing, like
forced
Yeah,
him
that
into
I've
it.
made him buy me a soda stream.
Sounds like you
So-
have.
yeah.
That's
I don't
exactly
really know
what's
what to say
happened.
You didn't actually. You only wanted it because other people had one.
And because
Who else had one?
Me.
All right. Did you just give her yours?
No, I can't.
You
It's,
bought a new one.
no, it's for the benefit
is
of my
it an
house.
official soda stream though?
Yeah. No. Yeah.
What do you
I
put
think
in
it
it?
might be-
Is it like plain soda water?
Water. Yeah. Just.
But
tap
do you have
water.
like
It's
Ribena
tap
with
water
it?
and
You
or-
they
can
make
get
it
flavouring,
into
but
soda.
don't bother with the flavourings. It's not
Why?
very nice.
It's not nice.
It's just sugar
Yeah,
syrup.
I remember
isn't
when I
it?
was younger, I had the flavours. They're really nice.
But you
I
could
just
add
use
your own flavour or have
You
like
can.
apple juice and then put soda in it.
Might explode.
Might explode.
I think if you just put apple juice in.
Oh, but in the
it's a-
cup, I mean, and
Oh,
then
make it
pour
fizzy
half.
apple
Oh yeah,
juice.
you can. Just add
Yeah.
fizzy water to apple
Why
juice.
is mine in the shape of a dolphin?
What?
My soda stream.
It's not.
Never mind.
It isn't.
What is it in the
Unless
shape
the
of?
dolphin is the shape of a
Oh,
bottle.
I need to see it.
I'll show you a picture.
Okay, that's weird. I
I'll
thought
show you
it
a
was a
picture in a bit.
dolphin.
But-
Have you seen a dolphin?
Wait, there's like a bottle.
What?
Anyway, that you
Dolphins
did get
like
bottlenose.
bottleneck. Bottlenose, yeah, not neck.
Bottleneck.
Bottleneck is traffic, isn't it?
Anyway,
Don't help her.
anyway,
I think she's got a point.
thank you. But now I feel bad. So, and it's your birthday. So what?
You feel
What? It's your
bad?
birthday.
Next
Not today,
week.
Not today.
Next
Oh,
week.
happy birthday.
Thank you.
What date?
23rd
Well,
of
actually, it will be
January.
in the past now
23rd
because
of
the way
January.
we're doing this podcast.
Happy. Did you have a
Sorry.
nice
I had to
birthday?
point there.
Did you have a nice birthday?
Oh, such a lovely birthday. I had half a bottle of Baileys on my own in my living room.
No, we were there with you, me and Elliot.
Oh, yes, you were.
How do you find having a January birthday?
I used to be like, well, I just don't celebrate it now. I don't really do anything for it.
Yeah, I slightly
I
resent people that celebrate their January
Really?
birthdays.
Bobby's is the 5th of January.
Oh,
That's a tough birthday.
Capricorn.
Yeah.
Bobby.
Bobby.
His name is Bobby.
Yes, Mr. Capricorn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't mind it.
tough.
I'm fine with it because I don't really want it. I can't be asked to have to do something for my birthday. Really, I did it once. The last time I had a party, it was just too much.
Yeah, you got very out of control.
Too much, as in
I
too
fell
much
asleep.
pressure.
Yeah, no, I fell asleep.
You got
before
violent.
midnight. I
There
got
was
violent. I didn't get
Oh, wow.
violent.
You did?
I just
I
showed you a
remember.
kettlebell. I wasn't
No,
swinging
you
it
swung
at
it at you swung it at my face very violently, and then you showed me all your trophies, and then you fell asleep, hugging your trophy.
Very violent.
Very violent.
What trophies have you got?
Well, thankfully, thank you for asking.
Reading New Act of the Year 2011.
Piccadilly New Act of the Year 2013.
I don't know. Well done. I don't know what
That's
trophies you
good.
have. I know the
Yeah.
Reading one
Yeah.
because
Because what?
Nothing
I
since
was there.
2013.
So, why are you looking at me like that?
Waiting for you to get on with the rest of the podcast.
This is kind of
Is
the
this
podcast.
pressure?
We just chat. Like, this is the podcast. Stop acting like I've got
You
some
were doing
secret
this
to
to
the
me when I
podcast.
hosted the last one.
Yeah, but you were making it very uncomfortable.
How?
And now you're making it uncomfortable again. So
When's
you're
the last
factor.
time you cried?
Thank you, Annie, again for taking control of
Annie's
this
in
podcast.
charge. It was actually last night watching
Oh,
this
was it?
Netflix documentary, Cheer.
I haven't
It's
seen
about
it.
a cheerleading squad, and I was sobbing.
Oh dear. What happens?
Well, they fall on their head a lot. But
You related to
I
that.
really related. Well, yeah. Well, one of them, they were like, they've had concussion 5 times, and Bobby was like, "Fuck, that's going to give them lifelong brain damage." And I was like, "I've had concussion 5 times," and
like-
he was like,
Oh shit.
Like Aaron Hernandez.
"Who?
Aaron Hernandez.
I don't know who that is."
He's
Who's
there's a
that again,
documentary
but-
about him on Netflix. He's an American football player who had lots of concussions.
Yes.
Ended up killing everyone, like
Oh shit.
shooting
Yeah,
everyone.
you're not supposed to head of the ball anymore in football.
Yes, yeah, because
it's so
over
bad for
time
your
it can
brain.
give you trauma. You've had
So-
concussion how many times?
Well, probably around 5. I've been hospitalised twice with it, but the other times I didn't.
How
bother
do you
going, just
concuss
get a bit
yourself?
dizzy.
Those
A fall on your head. Often.
but how?
Fall on your head.
Fall on your head often.
Yeah, that's often.
Yeah, how did you fall on your
Yeah,
head?
I don't
those
think
two
it's
times?
caused any problems.
The worst one was when I was in primary school and I was running. I was running because everyone else started running, and I was like, "Oh, gotta keep."
And you fell on your
keep
head.
Up. And then I fell on my
Oh.
head. And then I started vomiting, and
Oh my
then I had
God.
to go to the hospital. But then I think they felt a bit guilty because, like, I was gonna say the prime minister, but that's not the name. The headmaster. Came.
Completely fine. No head injury whatsoever.
The headmaster had to come and visit me.
The Prime Minister came and visited me, of course.
And I had to spend the night.
Oh.
But yeah, and then another time I fell down the stairs, which was difficult actually because the stairs went round a corner. So I don't know
Oh, yeah,
how
like
I
a
kind
spiral
of went. Yeah,
staircase.
like I went but like down, and then they went.
Where was
the re-
this?
Back in our old house, and then I had to go
In
to
your
the
own
hospital.
house. In your own house.
And
Okay.
there was another time, but I don't remember that one.
It's quite hard to fall on your head, isn't
Yeah.
it?
What,
Do you not put your
I have
arms
quite
out?
A big head.
But do you not put your arms out?
I think
You just
that's the
tuck them aside and let your
I'm
head take the
quite
brunt of it.
Quite slow moving. Maybe my reactions are not very
Just
quick.
head
Let's
first.
get your thick head in there.
So I protect my hands, and then I keep my hands back of my head. My head takes it.
My head takes it.
Hands
So-
are in perfect condition.
Yeah. They're not actually. I've got eczema on them at the moment,
Oh,
so I'm
sorry.
trying to keep them.
Sorry
Thank you.
for bringing that up.
Thank you for apologising. So yeah, that's so anyway, it wasn't the reason why I was crying. There was a really nice man called Jerry in it, and he was so sweet, and he had a very hard childhood, but he is the happiest, loveliest person. And
You cried because he was happy despite his
Oh, we're talking about
childhood.
the documentary.
yes,
Yeah.
sorry, yeah, the prime minister.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, that was really lovely. So that's what I was just sobbing.
Have you ever
just
cried?
sobbing away.
Yeah, I've cried, yeah.
I
When he
can't
was
imagine
8,
it.
When, he was
When you were
8.
8.
That's the last time he cried.
I have cried. I just told you
tripped over
when
a
I
dog.
watched Creed 2, the boxing film.
You didn't
Right.
actually cry though.
Yeah, I was like a bit tearful. I was like, that is a sad film. That's a
It's
sad
not the
bit in
same.
the
That's
film.
not the same.
Huh? Well, that is the same.
No, thinking that is sad isn't crying.
No.
That is sad.
That is
No, I had
sad.
tears in my eyes, definitely. Yeah, defo, yeah.
Yeah, but do they pop out or just stay in?
I cry every morning when I'm at the train station because
no,
the
that's
wind
cold
gets.
wind
Oh, right.
in your eyes.
Oh.
That's not. You're not.
Oh, I get that.
crying.
If you lie on
I
one
get that
side,
too.
then one eye just like waters out.
Do you
But
get-
I
do you ever
don't
get-
think that's crying.
Do you ever
No,
get
I
do you ever get the watery eye, but then it goes back in the tear duct and it stings? I get that as
Yeah,
well.
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Like what's that game? Pinball or something? You're trying to get it back in.
Get
there.
that ball
Yeah.
through the hole.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do
Get
that with
that
tears every
tear.
morning, just moving my head
Stick
around
them
in
back
bed.
in the eyes.
That's disgusting.
But yes, I have.
When do you cry when you're hungry? I'm really interested in that.
Well, maybe it's not so much crying, more just like
hysterical
yeah.
kind of. Yeah.
like can't concentrate on anything. But then if someone will say, like, "Are you just hungry?" That's so annoying
It's so annoying. Yeah,
because you're like,
agree.
"Yes,
Yeah, obviously. And you're
but-
not making it any better. So
yeah.
why are you bringing it up? You're
just
making
give
it
me some
worse.
fucking food."
I wouldn't. Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen you upset.
No, I don't think
No,
you
Not
see,
have.
like-
that's why it's really interesting to hear that because I'd say you're a very together person.
Yeah, I think I'm fairly together, but then I am also a bit.
I think it comes
Of
out.
a mess.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
You think it comes out what?
I think it comes out more as. I thought if you would be upset, it'd be more through anger rather than tears.
Ah, right.
You see her as an angry woman.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Is that-
Like a furious, angry
Furious
woman.
woman. Is that
We
because you-
trained pretty hard at
She
the
was
musical,
fierce,
and it's
you've
real.
You've
Like
seen my
Wow.
choreography.
Yeah,
for-
wow. You've seen the real Annie. Oh my god, I can't imagine.
threw out the costumes yesterday.
What?
I threw out our costumes.
Why? Why
That's
would
so
you
sad.
do
I
Did you give them to
know.
a charity shop? Did you just put them in the bin?
Who's
For
gonna?
fuck's
Oh
sake,
my
I'll get them out of the
God.
bin when I get back.
Someone's gonna
I-
put something in the bin.
They're like brand new top hats.
Why wouldn't you
Brand
keep
new
them
what?
in case you need
Brand
them?
new top hats.
Did you
Oh,
ask
yeah.
Annie if she wanted it back?
You did ask me a while ago, and
Yeah,
I was
she
like,
wanted
if
nothing
you're not
to do
going to keep them, give
Oh.
them to a charity
Yes,
shop.
of course.
Yeah, I gave them to charity.
No, you didn't.
No, you didn't
How'd
put
you
them
know?
in the bin.
'Cause
You
of
said
your
you put them in the
face.
bin.
Because my face.
You already said about the bin.
I get them out
Also,
of the
you
bin.
live like on Green Lanes. There's only charity shops and
There's one.
Turkish restaurants. No, there's
We've
loads.
got Marie Curie.
Marie Curie, the
Yeah.
Salvation Army,
Is there?
another cancer one.
All right. Well, I'll put it there.
You put
Who's
that
in the
way
bin
above
now?
your head. That cup of
I was trying to block out Annie's judging face with my cup of tea.
You moved the cup of tea to cover your eyes.
Yeah.
That was really sad, actually.
Why
It
is
was
that
like
sad?
you were
That's
little-
normal.
to the
That's
like a
normal.
little
I was
hiding
experiencing
puppy.
trauma and I was trying to block it out by blocking Annie. No, I'll get them out of the bin.
Collecting your
I'll,
dad.
tears in the
Wow.
mug.
I've got a lot to take down to charity shop anyway.
All in the bin now.
Think of some poor child that wants to do Annie the musical and then doesn't have a costume, and then yours is just in the bin. You're like, I've got too many Annie outfits. If anything, I've got to chuck them out.
And the Oliver Twist sort of
Oliver Twist.
waistcoat.
And your blazer. The waistcoat, yeah.
And my waistcoat.
and a cane. Because it came with a free cane.
We were so optimistic about getting
Get
to
the
do an
second
Yeah,
encore.
I was saying to him, you were really worried, and I was like, really, don't worry about it. Like,
But we were
You're
like, we want to
probably
be
not gonna-
prepared if
yeah.
we do have to do it.
yeah,
Thing is-
But we were embarrassingly, we spent too much money on it
We chucked a lot of money at the problem.
in the bin.
Annie's quite competitive, you see.
Yeah,
So she
but
really wanted to win. Whereas I was like,
Yeah.
let's just do one and be like, that's enough. And let's have a gin and tonic after.
we had
Oh, you
gin and
drink
tonic.
We had it
Tonic,
on
do you?
stage in the end.
Oh, we had
yeah,
a lot
we
of
had
drinks.
we had a
before.
lot of drinks, yeah.
I think we had half a bottle of prosecco before we went on.
yeah, you have to though.
Yeah,
When
it's
me and
terrifying.
Bobby did it, they didn't even ask us what our ask us to prepare a second song.
Really?
And then we said, oh, we forgot to do a second song, and they said, yeah, we didn't ask you for a reason.
That's so rude.
Wow.
Really rude. And then they said, as we were on stage, someone said, I think they had to say, please, can you stop booing? Bobby said, to be fair, if any time someone's going to boo, this is the time.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
It was really bad.
I wish I'd seen that. Is there video footage of that?
I don't know, actually. The first one, that was a car crash because I was on a lot of drugs and on crutches. And the second time, it just
Yeah, cool.
was chaos.
Cool, yeah.
No further details.
Have we
on that.
explained to the
What a
listeners
musical
what
is.
a musical
There's it's a show that comedians do, hosted by Jade Adams and Kiri. And
Yes.
Dave Cribb is on the orchestra.
The band, yeah.
The band. Did you say orchestra?
No.
Okay.
Uh,
And the band and comedians perform a song from a musical. That's why it's called a musical.
it's called...
I've just remembered I
A
bumped into
musical.
Dave Cribbs at the
Yeah.
rave last night.
Oh, was he there?
Everyone was
Yeah.
there. It seems like
yeah,
we
yeah.
had a great
And
time.
We're seeing him later.
He
Yeah.
said, I loved yours and Sunil's performance. And I was like, we want to do it again in London.
We're fucking
And I actually said, we've still got the costumes. So you do have to get them out of the
Fuck's
bin.
sake,
We're gonna get
Annie.
it out of the bin. What if
And he was like,
Evelyn's
we'd
put
love
some
to have you back. And
pudding in the bin?
he was probably lying. But
We'd shift tickets though. We're like, we'd shift some tickets with that.
Yeah.
Put up
But
a
what
little
if
clip
someone's
of
put
that.
something in the bin?
Well, get it out of the bin.
No, but
why is
Chris could
Evelyn
put some
putting
milk
pudding in the bin?
Evelyn could have put pudding in the bin.
Did you say
something-
Evelyn put pudding in the bin?
Because the problem is if there's food in the bin,
But they might have a
Why-
food bin.
food would go on top of it.
Have you got a food bin?
Oh, have you
It's
got
a
food
separate
bin?
bag.
Yeah.
I'll get the bag out and it's got the costume in it.
But someone could have put milk. They could have poured milk in or yogurt.
No,
Or some
Evelyn.
form of
Evelyn's
pudding.
lactose
What
intolerant,
about
so she.
Chris?
Chris
I don't
isn't
think
on
people
dairy
pour
at the
milk
moment.
in the bin. I don't think I've done that.
What if someone has put
Your
milk in the
worst case
bin?
scenarios are not thought out in any way. You know that.
Okay.
No one's poured milk or yogurt.
In the bin.
In the bin.
I put it in the bin.
Right. Well, I've got to go through the bins when I get home. That's one thing I've got to do.
Watch out for the milk.
Top hats, pudding,
Top
milk.
hats.
Okay. What
No, the
we
worst
do-
thing
yes.
would be like nail clippings or something. That'd be the worst thing.
Bobby doesn't put them in the bin. He puts them in little piles. So I find they're so neatly arranged. So these tiny little piles of clippings.
And then
Wow.
what happens to them?
Well, then I have to put them in the bin.
Oh, right.
Um,
Toenails as well. Or just
Oh, it's just it's always toenails.
Oh.
I don't know what happens to his fingernails. It's
Does
always
he
just
bite them?
toenails.
Bite them, is it?
I don't want to know.
bite them, is it?
My clippers I want to get some new ones, but the ones I've got at the moment are they collect the nails immediately. Like so.
What?
Wow,
Have you not
that's
seen those?
great.
No, that's
from
so
Boots.
You have the
clever.
best
Shoal
clippers.
ones, so it has a plastic
you really
case
know where to
around
get
it.
them from. Good
So you
for
clip and it goes straight inside.
Like one of those Hoovers that, well, all Hoovers.
But, yeah, except it's the way it's cut is that the way when it cuts it, it flicks inside.
That
and
is
collects
so
it.
clever.
It's
Yeah.
really great.
How much are we talking?
£1.95.
£195.
Okay,
Yeah,
you know you bought
£1.95.
Harriet at Sodastream.
Ah,
Can you buy
yeah.
me the clip?
Yeah, I get it on
Yes.
Amazon Prime.
Thank you.
You just have to send him messages for a year about it, and then you'll feel guilty. Okay, so how we end the episode is
Oh, we've done it.
what we do. Yeah.
How long have we? Oh yeah,
Yeah. So
good innings. Well done,
how
Annie.
we end it is that I'll tell you a sad story to try and make Sunil cry, and maybe I'll make you cry because you're quite
Oh,
emotional
okay.
today.
Yeah, I am quite vulnerable.
Okay.
Just to give you a heads up, these stories are
No,
bullshit.
they're not bullshit. They're sad stories that make people feel something. So see,
I've been
okay.
told quite often that I have a heart of stone, and when I watched The Notebook when I was at school, everyone would cry and I didn't cry.
Well, see, this
They're
is
like, you're dead inside.
But then you said you do cry. That's why I'm
Yeah,
surprised.
but I think I don't really cry at like books or films, or like I don't really laugh
What about-
at comedy. But then in like real life, like
Yeah.
hunger or tiredness, those are
Yes.
If
yeah.
something is affecting you personally,
personally.
then you feel sad. But if
Oh,
it's
yeah,
about
that's bad,
somebody
isn't
else,
it?
you don't get.
Well, no, I do feel sad, but the same as you, Sunil, being
Yeah.
like,
You just deal with
this
it.
is sad.
I know that. Yeah.
I can see
But then with
this
books
is
and
sad.
film, it's like I know what's happening because I understand the techniques being used to manipulate me
What a
into
sad way
feeling
to live.
sad.
That is sad.
Yeah, I
Which
get like
takes you out of the
tears in my
moment.
eyes, same as you, but they don't drip out.
They never drip
control
out.
them. You hold
Not
them in.
watching. I
Never
can't
drip
remember a film I've cried at. Or
Try watching Creed 2.
Creed 2.
Okay.
Do I have to see Creed 1?
Yeah.
Right, so I'm going to tell you about this. Okay, so
This is from the Metro, is it? Okay. And just
already
again, just as a
crying?
warning, she's never read this before.
Okay.
This is the first time she'll be reading it.
She's
I
crying.
have. Okay.
There we go.
A Bath man who fought
my
off
God.
a rabid fox has been attacked again.
A bath man.
A Bath man. Oh, as in
Bath
from
man.
Bath, you mean?
A bath.
Why are you laughing? Why are you crying?
Sorry, it just makes me laugh.
Is it a sad story or a funny one?
Did you say a bath man?
Yes.
What does that mean?
A man from Bath, I
It's
think.
just really unfortunate for this man. So this man, he's 88. And his Friday afternoon was going smoothly. So he just returned from the store. He parked his car, and when the door closed, I heard a little mew. And the retired
Is this his
fire
words?
chief- Yes. The retired fire chief of Bath.
What a job.
He thought that the sound came from his cat, but then he looked, and it was a fox that was going to come at him. And he says the fox was able to take him down after bouncing on him.
Sorry, the fox was able to take him down after bouncing on him.
Did he kill it?
Yeah, pounced. So he's in the
Pouncing,
middle of his
pouncing.
driveway. He's trying to beat it off with a cane, and the cane kept breaking.
Kept
This
breaking.
isn't fun. It's really serious.
How many times did the
Kenny-
cane break on this?
over and over again. Kenny was scratched and bitten all over his hands and face. He received
Aw.
treatment at the hospital. It's very sad, including stitches. It's very sad, but the fox must have grabbed onto my eye. It's the wonder he didn't get the
Oh.
eyeball and pull the ball out. A nearby neighbour helped. The fox is still being tested.
The fuck
Said
is
the deputy chief. I don't know what.
Tested for what?
they're
Why is this a
testing him
funny
for.
story, Harriet?
Sorry, but because it's a cruel version of deja vu. Because back in September, he's strangled a rabid dog. No, fox. Sorry, he strangled a rabid fox to death with his foot. Which I don't even understand how that is possible.
Can I read this, please? Can I read?
Is she reading it off? I thought this was from her mind. How do you
Right,
strangle something
so-
with a foot?
Yeah, what? He just stood
But
on it.
how unlucky for this to happen twice. So maybe I don't know if it was a revenge
sorry,
attack because he killed the other one,
So-
and then the other one came and found him in the car park. But
So last
twice.
September he stood on a fox and killed
Last
it, like,
September,
a
he had to
rabid
strangle a rabid fox to death with his
and
foot.
then another
had
one came
to.
for
And then
him.
he was in a car park, and then another one jumped on him.
Well, it's probably a
got him on
family
the
member, don't you
ground.
think?
Well, this is the thing. But the January attack was a bigger fox. The last one he could get with his foot, but this one he was just strangling it with his bare hands, hoping it would stop clawing him. It's a situation he wouldn't wish on anyone.
Very good of him.
He was afraid he was going to get loose and really chew him up. And so he's had to have treatment to see if he's rabies free. He's going to have to travel with a little more firepower. He's got a different
What do you
walking
mean?
stick.
Oh. Has he lost an eye?
Yeah,
No,
that
no,
bit was
Yeah, that was
horrible.
That was
Horrible.
horrible. I'm sorry. I shouldn't be laughing.
Did he lose
but
an eye, though?
It's just the way that it's happened twice.
But
is a
it's
lot. Like, to just be living your
But
life.
you were
and
laughing
then being
quite a
attacked.
lot.
Because for it to happen twice, if you're just living your life and then a fox is just pouncing, what a way to live.
I've always
yeah,
said,
he
like,
must be terrified.
He must be terrified.
But foxes are quite timid, I find.
I think it's a mixture. I'm laughing because it's a mixture of fear and amazement that this has happened to the same person twice. And why are they targeting him?
And
This
why?
is the
How
thing,
have
it
they
would
pulled
help.
his eyeball out?
yeah, how do they pull the eyeball out, Harriet?
Yeah, Harriet.
I don't know, but it says if you come across a potentially rabid animal, and it's asked to seek shelter. Sorry, anyone who comes across a potentially rabid animal is asked to seek shelter.
It doesn't
Wait,
ask you to seek
You
shelter.
seek shelter from the animal.
Are you
then
sure
call the
there's no
police.
animals with rabies in this country? Rabies has been
it's not in England.
eradicated.
It's in Bath, in Maine.
Bath.
Oh, but I thought it was Bath in it.
It's really sad. I really feel for this man because it's really horrible. But it's the coincidence. Do you
Yeah.
see how this is
Sad.
It almost
sad?
doesn't sound real.
Sad. It's almost unreal. Like
It's almost
to
like
be-
it isn't
to
true.
be living your life, being attacked by foxes wherever you go, when they're not attacking everyone.
This
Like
is
other
like
people, they're
my-
not attacking.
It's like my idea for a program, wasn't it, that we talked about when Chloe was on?
I don't remember.
Was it when Chloe was on? Or was the when like you just pick a random member of the public, then you just punch them in the head once every couple of months, and they'll slowly go mad, like out of nowhere.
It's just like that.
This is an idea for what sort of?
Pitching it to ITV2.
I think they go for it.
No, but it's a psychological
Yeah.
torture, isn't it? It's like you
Yeah.
never know when it's going to happen now. If it's
Yeah.
happened twice,
That's
you're
the thing,
scared
this
forever.
poor man is living on edge,
Yeah,
whereas
yeah.
other people are just frolicking like amongst the foxes, and it's fine.
People
Whereas
are frolicking
I
amongst
don't
the
know what they're
foxes,
doing,
aren't
but this man is living in fear.
It's a
But
shame,
then I
yeah.
also think he started it, didn't he?
by killing a
By
fox.
strangling a fox.
No,
with
Exactly.
because
his
of
Doesn't
rabies. I think
give
with
much.
rabies,
Yeah.
when you have rabies, you just attack. You attack. That's what rabies
Yeah.
turns these foxes into. Like they attack things.
Right.
Yeah.
So
I
rabid.
don't know. Do you think that foxes do have revenge attacks?
No, I think if the second one was rabid as well, it just attacks humans.
But why him?
So they're two sort of random cases.
Yeah. And
It's just
rabies,
unfortunate
when an
that they
animal has
happen to the
rabies, it
same
will
person.
attack.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yes.
And if you get rabies,
Which I
you'll
hope to
attack
God I won't.
everyone.
Yeah.
No, I don't
That's what
think
I
that.
said to Bobby because he kept petting like dogs in Sri Lanka, and I said, "If you get rabies, I'm leaving you. I'm not
Mm.
because you brought this on yourself."
Mm. Fair enough.
Wow.
Thank you. Sorry, I just was afraid, and
So if Bobby
Also,
got
you
rabies,
know
you'd
the
leave
rabies.
yes, yeah, he brought it on himself. I told
Okay.
him, "Don't
Alright.
pet the dogs.
The rabies jab, it only buys you 24 hours. It doesn't stop you from getting it.
So you have to get it every day."
You have to. Well, no, if you have the jab and then you get bitten, basically that gives you 24 hours to get to hospital.
Oh my God.
Right,
It doesn't like stop
yeah.
you from getting the disease.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Sorry.
Do you get
so
it?
you get injected and then you have to go to
As in, you know,
hospital.
when you have like vaccinations
Yes.
before you go away,
Yes.
you get the one for rabies,
Oh, that's
Yeah,
only a
but the
24-hour
flight is like
period.
and
12
it just
hours.
buys you time. No, as in it doesn't.
Oh,
Doesn't
so
make
then
any
you're
sense.
vaccinated against
So-
it immediately infecting
Yes.
you when you do get bitten.
It doesn't mean that you have to get bitten in 24 hours of getting the vaccination.
If you're gonna get bitten, go out there and try and get bit quick.
It means
Within a
that when you
24-hour
get
period.
bitten, you have to go to hospital straight away
Right.
within 24 hours.
Right.
You've still got time to get on the plane
Okay.
and go on holiday and
I
stuff.
think I was being mean to this man. I didn't mean to be mean to this man. I was just afraid. Like this man is living in a horror film.
Yeah,
like,
that is
attacking the
awful.
foxes.
Yeah, it's
And
sad.
also, no
Yeah.
one will be able to relate to him because they'll be
No.
going
No,
around being
he's
like, "Oh,
living in a
foxes
whole-
are
yeah.
terrifying," and everyone will be like, "You're a
Mm.
He's
loser."
living in a whole different
After a
world.
life of public service as well.
I know.
Terrible.
Bath man.
And from Bath.
And he's from Bath.
Anyway,
No, 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 no,
thank
no,
you so
no,
much.
no, 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 no. Bath man.
Yeah, I like that. Thank you for coming, Annie.
Thank
do
you.
Thanks, Annie.
We, I
No
recommend your podcast.
Oh, thanks.
I forgot what it was called.
Secret artist.
Yeah, no, that's why I said your podcast.
You did look at me,
And
but
you
I liked
said
leaving this
secret,
sort
but then I was like,
secret
yeah,
artists.
secret
You've been on it.
artist.
You were great
I know. I liked it.
with Iola the cat.
Yes, thank you.
Isla.
Ayla.
And you're doing your show soon?
Oh yeah, I'm doing my Edinburgh show at the Soho Theatre on
It's a
the
great show.
Ooh.
17th and 18th of February.
Lovely.
That's exciting.
You're not supposed to say that extra R in
Ruari.
February. No
Re-
one says it.
February.
No one says it.
February.
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 Like Iola, February.
No, that you said you said
Say
too
it
many
wrong.
R's.
February.
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 Anyway,
February.
the show's better than
Uh,
than my February stuff.
and we're just previewing around the place. You can find my dates on www.harrietkemsley.com. And we're both doing the same date at the Vaults, which you could come to.
The 12th or the 11th
And the 12th, I believe.
of
at
February.
Vaults Festival in London.
I'm
and
doing Vaults in
Leicester.
February.
you
What
doing
dates
it?
are you doing in February?
I think it's the 25th and 26th, or 26th and
February.
27th.
Is this all on your website? Have you got a
Yeah.
website?
Yeah, I need to revamp it.
Yeah, websites.
AnnieMcGrath.com.
And
Sunil Patel.
Leicester. Oh, sorry.
SonalPatelComedy.com.
Oh yeah, I should look down the camera.
Yeah.
I'm on Twitter.
Yeah, follow Annie. She's gone viral.
Yeah, you did go viral. I saw
Yeah.
somebody else, like, I think use your tweet in a tweet, and I was like, I think
Did
that's
they?
Annie's tweet. Yeah.
Yeah,
That was Evelyn, wasn't it?
People are, Evelyn
Yeah.
stole your tweet. Yeah.
people took the photo of the spinach and
Yeah.
then put their own logos on it, like personal trainers, on Instagram. Quite weird.
Yeah.
Like that's my kitchen bowl and table.
Wow.
But you-
So weird.
Yeah. Anyway,
Did numbers
be
that
careful
tweet.
out
Well
there.
it's
done.
hard going
Yeah.
viral.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Watch out.
I've not done it yet. I've probably got at most 800 likes.
That's good.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks.
What in total from all your time on Twitter?
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for listening.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye. Goodbye.